Oh, my sweet summer children, gather round and let me tell you the tragic ballad of Miall Korean Medicine Clinic in Mokdong, Seoul, a place where dreams of wellness go to die a slow, expensive death. Picture this. You, a hopeful little dumpling, waltz in expecting ancient wisdom and gentle healing hands. Instead, you get the emotional equivalent of stepping on a Lego barefoot in the dark. Let us start with the the doctors. Imagine paying good money to be treated like an inconvenience. One or two of them, according to poor Kaudahini Inus, wield their unfriendliness like a weapon. No warm greetings, no reassuring nods, just the vibe of a cat who has been forced to interact with humans. And why is this bad? Because medicine is supposed to be about care, not making you feel like you're interrupting their nap time. If I wanted cold shoulders, I'd hug a snowman. Then there's the herbal medicino, the herbal medicine. 31,113 described it as tasting like awful, which is generous. It's like drinking a swamp's revenge, with zero relief to show for it. And the audacity to charge premium prices for what's basically bitter dishwater. The worst part, their treatment plan made symptoms worse. That's not medicine, that's a scam wrapped in a handbook. JMLS diet herbs were another joke, watered down so much, you'd think they were trying to stretch a single leaf into a year's supply. Normally, you'd take herbs 3 times a day, but Miall's version. Twice and not even a full month's worth. 6 days of pills for a month's price. That's not a treatment, that's a magic trick where your wallet disappears. An choice ordeal, sweet suffering saints. They dropped 1,000,001 on one care and got radio silence. Their daughter, alone in Korea, was promised check-ins. Instead, the staff ghosted her harder than a bad Tinder date. When Choi finally got through after 4 international calls, because of course they hung up repeatedly, the nurse didn't even know how the medicine worked. Imagine paying a fortune to educate your own doctor. The incompetence is artistic. The clinic itself, overcrowded, reeking of herbs and dirty. 31,113 said it felt unhygienic, like the floor was sticky with the tears of disappointed customers. And the diagnoses, arbitrary. The doctors barely glanced at patients before scribbling prescriptions like they were guessing answers on a quiz. Why Sangho wandered in for post-accident care, only to realize surprise this place is not about physical therapy. It's a women's beauty diet clinic masquerading as healthcare. False advertising at its finest. So my darlings, let us recap. Rude staff, scammy treatments, zero follow-through, and a waiting room that smells like regret. Miall Mokdong isn't a clinicid as a crime scene where hope goes to be pickpocketed. Save your money, your time, and your dignity. Walk away, or better yet run. And to anyone who asks...
The area around Miall Korean Medicine Clinic in Mokdong, Seoul, is a place where businesses seem to operate under a dark cloud of mediocrity. If you're expecting charm, efficiency, or even basic competence, prepare for disappointment. The establishments here share a common theme: they take your money and give you regret in return. Let's start with Hyundai Department Store Mokdong. This place is less a shopping paradise and more a masterclass in frustration. The parking fees are a predatory scheme dressed up as policy. Spend a fortune inside, and they'll still charge you an arm and a leg just to leave. One visitor spent 8 hours and 150,000 won, only to be slapped with a 24,000 won parking bill. The security staff, they're either asleep in the elevator hall or shoving customers while muttering insults under their breath. And if you dare to use their car wash, prepare for a price tag that feels like highway robbery. 16,000 won for a basic wash, and if your car is dirty, double it. The place is chaos. Emergency alarms blare with no follow-up. Shopping carts tumble down stairs nearly hitting children, and the staff treat customers like inconveniences. Then there's Tongin Korean Medicine Clinic, a clinic that should heal but instead leaves wounds, financial ones. The doctors might smile, but their pricing is a mystery until the bill arrives. One couple was charged consultation fees for both partners, even though only one sought treatment. The staff's attitude? Rude enough to make you question if you accidentally walked into a scam. Treatments are rushed, explanations are non-existent, and the whole operation feels like a factory, patients in, money out. Food options aren't any better. Take Mino pasta, where the chefs seem to believe salt is the only seasoning that exists. The pasta is so salty it could preserve a mummy. The carbonara? A salty, cheesy assault. The clams and the vongole, few and far between, swimming in a brine that makes the sea seem bland. The high ratings, likely inflated by review for discount schemes. Paris Park is another letdown. A so-called park that feels more like a crowded sidewalk with a sad fountain. The rules are ignored, dogs, bikes, and public displays of affection turn it into a chaotic mess. The grass is patchy, the space is cramped, and the only thing flourishing here is disappointment. If you're thinking of relaxing at Mokdong Massage Korea Spa, don't. The massages are less about relaxation and more about survival. The therapists treat your body like a piece of meat, scrubbing, slapping, and dropping hot stones on you without warning. The oils are cheap, the towels questionable, and the staff's chatter never stops. One guest described it as the worst massage ever, and after reading the reviews, it's hard to disagree. Fast 5, a co-working space, promises productivity but delivers noise and confusion. The lounge is packed, the bathrooms are scarce, and the staff's communication is a mess, random personal numbers texting you instead of official notices. Alice Chung Dam, a bar with pretensions of class, charges a 10,000 won cover fee for the privilege of sipping mediocre cocktails. The drinks are forgettable, the service is snobbish, and the only mystery is how they stay in business. So, what's the verdict? The businesses near Miall Korean Medicine Clinic are a parade of letdowns. Overpriced, underwhelming, and often outright rude. If you must visit, keep expectations low and your wallet guarded. Or better yet, go somewhere else. You know, when you think about it, it's kind of ironic, isn't it? Here I am, a girl from Georgia, feeling all blue and whatnot, and I find myself looking into these sneaky little scams near the Miall Korean Medicine Clinic in Mokdong, Seoul. It's like you go there hoping to find some peace, maybe get some herbal treatment, and instead, you stumble upon stories that make you question humanity. So, picture this: you a tourist, right? You've just stepped out of the clinic, feeling all zen, and you decide to explore the area. That's when you might bump into one of these shops in Myeongdong, not far from Mokdong. They all smiles, showing you the real deal in the front, but if you lucky or unlucky, in this case, they might whisk you away to a secret room. And voila, you surrounded by fake luxury goods. It's a real-life Narnia, except everything is made of lies and cheap materials. Now, I can't help but wonder what happens next. The tourists, they probably feel excited at first, right? I mean, who doesn't love a good deal? But then, reality hits. They get home, and that designer bag starts falling apart. They feel duped, you know? And the scammers, they probably laughing all the way to the bank until they get caught. And when they do, it's like a dark comedy. The cycle just starts all over again with someone else. Then, there's the inflated prices scam. It's like going to the market, and the seller tells you the price, but then they see your foreign face and bam, the price doubles. It's a tale as old as time, and it's happening right there, near the clinic. You can almost hear the cash registers ringing with tourist dollars. And the tourists, they might think they getting a good deal, but they really just lining the pockets of these crafty merchants. It's a sad little dance, really. And let us not forget about the overpriced and fake products. It's like every other store is in on it, selling you hopes and dreams in a bottle, except the bottle is just cheap plastic. You walk in, thinking you've found the perfect souvenir, but what you really taking home is a story of deception. I imagine the tourists, feeling embarrassed and angry, vowing never to be fooled again. And the store, it probably just